Hello, my dear friends. This is Rabbi Aharon Dobinsky coming to you today from the holy city of Jerusalem in Israel. Hope you had a great Shabbos. I want to talk to you today about last week's Parsha. There's some things that really need to be brought out. You remember we've talked about this before, that Torah, we're told by our rabbis that everything in Torah is important. And if you look at Torah as if it was just a book with a bunch of nice stories in it, it was better that you were not born at all. Whoa. Don't you think that's pretty heavy? That's a pretty heavy condemnation. That's why it's important that we look at everything there and understand the importance of it. And we know also from the rabbis that there's not one word that can be added or one letter that can be added or one letter that can be taken away because it's complete and perfect as it is. Torah Tamima. Torah is perfect. So, this week's portion starts off with Yaakov moving this huge stone. Remember, he goes up to this well, and here's this big stone on the well. And he talks to those shepherds, and they're waiting for everybody to get there because they need everybody to move this stone out of the way. Everybody in this case, I believe, is just 3 people, but still, they need the 3 people to roll this stone off the well so they can water their sheep. Meanwhile, Yaakov looks at it, and he rolls out of the way by himself. Now, we're told earlier on that Yaakov was not a man of the field. Yaakov was not out there pumping iron all the time. Yaakov was a guy who was at home. He was studying. He was learning. He was with his mom learning how to cook. He was also there learning the things about Hashem that he needed to know. He was very, very busy. So, how did he do it? Where did he get that sudden burst of... If Esau had done this, we would say, well, it's Esau. But when Yaakov does this is really something special. How did he get the strength? Well, the answer is he spent 14 years in the academy of Shem and Aver, learning all about the Hashem and all of his secrets. And the strength came from Torah. The strength came from the things he learned. And because of that, without any problem, he simply moved the stone out of the way. Now, this week's portion has a lot more to it because we see Lavan again. Now, we've seen him before. This is the brother of Rivka and the father of Rachel and Leah. So we've seen him there before. So when just give you a little insight into this guy, when Yaakov came walking up and he realized he was from the same family as Eliezer was from, Eliezer came with 12 camels burdened with all sorts of treasures. He figured for sure that Yaakov had lots of treasures on. So he checked and he felt around and he even gave him a big kiss. He figured maybe he had pearls in his mouth. How do I know this? Because the Torah tells us this. We don't have to guess at this. This gives us an insight into this man Lavan. By the way, you should know the word Lavan means white. A perfect misnomer for this guy because he was anything but white. He was black as coal. He was nasty. He was horrible. He was conniving. He was really, really bad. And so Yaakov works for him for 7 years to have his bride, Rachel, who's desperately in love with. And he goes, and 7 years is up, and it says it passed to him like a week because he was so in love. So the wedding comes, and the morning after the wedding, he wakes up and he sees his bride next to him. And it's Leah. It's not Rachel. And needless to say, he's very upset about this and confronts Laban, who says, yes, that's not the way things are done here. You see, here, the younger daughter does not get married before the older daughter. Now, this would have been a really good thing to tell him before he worked 7 years for him. But not a word, not a peep. He kept it to himself because he wanted to trick him. And why is this important to us today? Why is this type of thing important to us today? He spent another 7 years working to get the one he wanted, who was Rachel. Then another 7 years to try and build something for him. So when he left, he didn't leave empty-handed. And he made a deal with Lavan. I'll take all the spotted ones. You could have all the white ones. I'm talking about the goats and the sheep. And that was the deal he made. And so when time comes, he's getting ready to leave. And Lavan looks at him and says to him, "You stole from me." And he looks at him and goes, "I stole from you? Every time I turn around, you steal from me. From the beginning, when I first met you, when I asked you if I could marry your daughter, and you gave me the wrong daughter. Yeah, and then the other things I did, you again You told me what I could do, and you kept changing the deal again and again and again and again, so it would always be to your advantage. Now, this, thank God, doesn't happen today. Or does it? Actually, it happens all the time. There are a lot of people out there that tell you they're going to do one thing, and they really do the other thing. They accuse you of doing what, in fact, they are doing. You have people who offer you, in this day and age, democracy, but what do they give you? They don't give you democracy. They offer you the trappings of a tyranny. They want to control you. They want you to be under their thumb, and they do this by lying, just like Lavan did. They lie to you. They tell you that you have done what actually they have done. And because of that, we have to fight them off, and we have to be careful about this. The health and the wealth and the future of our planet, our children, our children's children, our children's children's children is at stake here. By not doing what we should do, by not making sure that what these people say is absolutely correct, which it almost never is, we set ourselves into a position where we are at their mercy. And we can see it in election fakes, and we can see it in fake news. We can see it now. It's coming out that these people were colluding with the media to make people think that what was true wasn't true with regard to COVID, with regard to lots and lots of other things. And this is how it works. They make you think that you're the bad guy. Because how dare you accuse them? They're terrific. They want only the best. They want the finest democracy, and if anybody votes for you, they're going to lose their democracy. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Make your own decisions. Look at things and look at them objectively. If you look at them objectively, what you're going to find out is a lot of times they are not what they appear. You have to understand that there are people out there who are made like that. They've been with us since the time of Yaakov, since before the time of Yaakov. One of the reasons that Noah's generation was destroyed was because of robbery, it says. And this is robbery. It's robbery not necessarily of your pocketbook, although that does come with it. It's robbery of your life, of the life that you want to live, the life that you choose to live, a life of freedom, a life of joy, a life of happiness. There's a new person who just took over in Italy, a new prime minister. I listened to her one day just because, I don't know, I thought if somebody new, let's see what she's got to say. You know what she said? She says we're tired of living in a world where we can't be close with our families. We're tired of living in a world where we can't be close with our God and where He would like us to pray. We're tired of living in a world where people want to control us even though what they're doing is wrong and not in our best interest. And I thought to myself, gee, it's about time somebody said it. So now it's out there. The world is changing. There's a lot of changing going on. If you look in China, you see people protesting because of what's going on there, because they figured out the state is not their friend. The state is actually trying to control them and will do anything towards that end. You're looking down in Brazil, and you see people who are saying, this is not the president we voted for. We voted for the other guy, and he should have it, and we have proof that he should have it. And they're going, no, we don't want to see your proof. No, they don't want to see the proof. You know why they don't want to see the proof? Because the proof will show that you're right. They can't stand that. They can't stand the idea of losing control over you, over me, over everybody. They want to control us all. That is their entire end game. Control. So we have to watch and see what's going on. We have to listen to possibly alternative news sources so that we get the real truth, not the truth that's being handed to us by the, I hate to use the term, but fake news. People who make it up as they go along. People who are now beginning to find out have been lying to us all along. It's coming out more and more, and my friends, I can tell you, it'll be coming out more and more in the future. So this is why we learn about Yaakov this week. Because Yaakov had to deal with exactly this thing. He had to deal with somebody who said his name was Lavan, who was white, and he wasn't white. He was indeed the blackest of black hearts. And he had to deal with that. And he had to come up with what's going on. Next week we're going to see how he learned a very important lesson, which is to hope for the best but prepare for the worst. In the meantime, what we need to do is learn from this week's Parsha, move forward, and apply it to the lives we live in, so that we know that there are people who are calling themselves our friends who are not our friends. They're calling ourselves the people who can do the best for us, but they're not going to do the best for us. They want to do the best for them, and whether or not we are included in the best, which we usually are not, is totally irrelevant to them. So we have to take this and be aware of this in our own lives these days. My friends, again, I hope you had a wonderful Shabbos, a great week ahead, Shavua Tov. Be well.